Okay, let's see how we do here. Okay, well, I think we're gonna be set up pretty well. Not gonna have any viewers yet, but we will see. Channel points. Okay, that's fine. TG bot. Do they have a core yet? In card guy Gyruda. Cool. So we're good. Gyruda. And that's probably not going to be enough. Or is it? Okay. So, yeah. Well, welcome you all. I don't know if I can't tell fully what's going on yet. This is my first time ever doing one of these streamer events, so I'm going to be kind of trying to pay attention to a lot of things at once. I'm going to be playing a little bit of Brawl to start with, and then so I'm going to start out by building a deck. Some people did give me some decks to use, and we're going to play those later tonight. But for right now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to build a deck while we're here on stream. Starting out, I really want to highlight kind of the new cards in the set because I have not gotten to play with them, obviously, yet. So what I've done is I did put out a call for what some people might want to see. And this is kind of one of the legends that was suggested, Gyruda, Doom of Depths, which I actually really liked because it is a card that both mills and also lets me reanimate things from other people's graveyards. It's interesting because it has the companion ability, which lets me have a starting deck containing cards with even converted mana cost. So when you choose one of these commanders to play, so as you can see, I kind of have a full gamut here. I have all the stuff that's not collected because they've given me, I do have the ability to add any cards that need to be added during the course. So I was given a bunch of gems. I'm given a bunch of wild cards. So thank you, Wizards, so much for letting me do this, giving me this opportunity so that I am able to play this. And it means that I really can build kind of any deck that we want to come up with and play with. So when you choose one of these cards with companion, you do have the option of actually adding it as a companion or a commander. So this is what it will look like on your screen once you kind of have that opportunity. So if we want to have it as Gyruda as this, then it's going to actually eliminate any of the cards that aren't eligible to be in your deck. So can only take even manning cost. You're noticing that nothing is going to show up that is without that. Now, I do have this set up as a brawl deck, so it is only kind of going to show me things that, as you can see right here, this is right now because it's a companion. I still would have the option of putting a commander in here that could be 5 colors, could be 4 or 5 colors. And so that's why it's not filtering out more of them, but it will filter out anything so that you can't have that restriction. So this is how I want to do. If you put it in here, now it's going to restrict me to everything that is blue or black. I have it sorted currently by Ikoria because I did want to kind of focus on some of the Ikoria cards. Now, I do know that we're going to be adding some stuff in here that is not Ikoria, such as I know for a fact that we will want to put in Ashiok. Those are going to be fun abilities, things that either exile or put things in my opponent's graveyard, and kind of probably try to make this a little bit more of a reanimator deck as much as we can with kind of the just standard brawl list. So I'm just making sure that anybody can hear me. I will be periodically kind of just reminding people that, yep, I am doing this as part of the event. I want to make sure that everything is going right because I want to be allowed to do this in the future if they want to have me back. So thank you, Jonathan, for dropping in. I am really glad to see you. And let me know, like I said, I'm going to tweet out every so often. If you guys want to retweet and let people know that I am streaming. Like I said, right now I figured we would just do more of a deck building because I don't know. There's going to be tons of people streaming today. Anybody that we can get in here is going to be great. If people want to sub, I'm going to be around. Nah. I am not live, apparently, is what my tweets. Wow. Not live or now live. Okay. Or now live, even. But yeah, so any comments that people have too as we're going through this feed, if you have suggestions of cards for this deck of what you would put in there, please let me know. I will drop them in. I will take suggestions for this. Like I said, I want to make this as interactive as possible. Thank you for letting me know about the sound. I have it set up. I hope that you can only hear me. I do have music on, but I know that if I have that playing, my stream will get muted and then I won't be able to kind of use this for any other purposes. I'll narrow this down a little bit. So. Okay, so as I was saying, this is kind of the setup that we are using. We are going to build Gyruda to start with. I did build earlier today a Narset deck that somebody had sent me a deck list for. They may be on the stream later tonight, talking a little bit about what they did, why they included certain cards. And I also built Lura, or I was sent a Lura deck that I made a few changes to. I actually also have, just so we know, because we're allowed to play kind of any format that we want, I did already build a Mardu sealed deck. So we do have a sealed deck that has been built. This companion thing being here is a little off, but basically, yep. But basically, I built a 41 card deck because that's all I really like to do. Cast Void Winnower. What's funny is there is kind of the one that's it's playing it with the other one that if it's you can now partner with the 2 odds, so really makes you I can't even deck. But yeah, so this is we also have this that we can play. I did open a copy of Lurrus in here and the new Mythos with the awesome Seb McKinnon art on it. Basically built a deck kind of around cycling. My sealed pool did not feel great. Most of my other rares were a Titan's Nest, which is an enchantment that would let me exile a card to add a colorless, only to cast a colored spell without X in its cost. And then a Genesis Ultimatum, which is 3 colored. So the sealed pool rares were not the best when it came to kind of this style of gameplay. I did not really feel I did go into 3 colors, and that's really only because I did have the triome to let me fix, and I did feel like there was enough that it was kind of spread out. But anyway, discard changes. We're going to just go back to building our brawl deck. Okay, so like I said, we are going to start here. What is nice then is now we are going to be completely, now we will have everything filtered just by those colors. I'm going to stick with this because I want to make a quick run through of all the cards from Ikoria to see if there is anything that just stands out as something that we could add in. So I want to kind of get an idea. The Crystalline Giant is definitely an interesting card in Brawl. You kind of get the option of the 10 different type, well, just the different types of counters it can have on it. So flying, first strike, death touch. So I have already played this in a couple of other decks. Does not seem to necessarily be as good here. We're not going to worry about crafting right now just because we don't need to. That would be, if we are building standard, we could do that. So this kind of seems like it could be a fun direction to go. We could make this a flash deck. We have kind of the ability to do it. It does seem that it would be fun with the Doom of Depths. I do want, like I said, I want to get kind of as money as I can. So we're going to kind of now go for a simple kind of flash deck. The ability is going to be less important. It's kind of a cool, we are going to play some mill, we'll play some reanimation spells, but playing this as kind of a flash deck is going to be kind of an interesting, allow us to kind of have some combat tricks and everything else. We're definitely going to be playing most of the dual colored lands that are available. So let's see what else in the set that fits has flash, just so we can look at this, so we can start with. Capture Sphere seems like a good card to be putting in. Has really sad art on it, so that always makes me happy too. The ability to mutate some of our creatures that we are going to play at flash, that seems good. So any kind of that we can with this. 5 mana, 5/4 counter an artifact or creature spell. I mean, like, our flash stuff so far is good. So this is interesting. This is kind of one of those that I had seen talking about kind of the complexity of this set. Mutual Destruction, which is great. It's a destroy target creature for black. It is at sorcery speed, but it has flash as long as I control a permanent with flash, which we're hoping to now have with all of these that we're adding. And it, as an additional cost, we have to sacrifice a creature. Flash, flying, mutate. So when this creature mutates, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Getting some of these in that do have this. This is kind of that effect of if a creature was dealt damage this turn, you can destroy it. Like if you're able to chump block. Now what's interesting is this ability has mainly been, up until now, has been a lot more of kind of that you just have to play it post combat. The flash ability is really nice on it. The flash on this is target creature an opponent controls gets -2 until end of turn and remove counters. Higher mana cost, but that kind of gives us basically that gives us most of our flash stuff that we are getting from blue and black in Ikoria. So we're playing almost all of the Ikoria. We'll play the enchantment too. Now we also just want to take a look to see, I want to see what else we get for mutate, because blue and black are not really the primary for having the mutate ability, but we might as well see what else we have. So whenever you cast a creature spell, if it has mutate, draw a card, discard a card. Drawing. Something good to mutate onto. So the problem is here, if we're going for too much of the mutate, we are going to get kind of like just with a short mutate deck that's not going to go do a ton. I think we want to focus more on the flash ability. So I'm going to kind of go back here. You know, we do have a couple that does have the mutate ability, but I really think we want to focus a lot more on the flash ability. So I always want to see what we've got in terms of counter and card draw if we're playing blue-black. So Essence Scatter, Convolute. Ooh. Making 8/8 Krakens always sounds fun. Sure. Neutralize. Okay, so we're going to open this up to the other sets. Go back to here, and we're going to actually just kind of go through and do more flash. We're just going to flash stuff in. The almost ends up being like a Doomblade. Get some return back. We already played that in. Okay, what else have we got here? Dream Eater is always a good card. Save a creature. Okay, so let's go Fairy Vandal. I mean, I'm kind of really just enjoying this kind of this. So near we cast, I mean, we basically want stuff that we can cast on our opponent's turn, and this seems like a really fun way to go. So now let's see. Cowboy Kyle, thank you for coming here and supporting me. I'm really glad that you can catch this. I am actually going to be streaming for most of the night tonight. I will be taking a break shortly after we hopefully build this deck, play it through. I'm going to go up and have dinner with my family. Maybe then turn my audio up a bit. Sure. So did that improve things at all, Kyle, or do I need to go up higher? I'm playing with the gain on my mic because I want to make sure that I'm keeping things out of the background as much as I can since I am in the basement. So let me know if that did improve things. If it didn't, I will make further adjustments as needed. So Kyle, thank you for coming. Like I said, we're doing a stream that is related to kind of what the, this is because I'm getting to do the Ikoria free thing. This was awesome. I really did not, I submitted to this since I have been streaming more Paper Magic during this quarantine, but I really wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this. And when I got the word, it was just so exciting to me because I have not really gotten the chance to play with a lot of sets in the last couple of years. Well, God, the last year or two. I've not really gotten to do pre-releases. I've not gotten to do a lot. I've been doing a lot more Arena. This has kind of kept me inside. Ikoria just had a lot that I thought looked really cool for building around when it came to Commander. And Travis, thank you for joining us too. Thank you all for being here. If any of you have not followed, if you do follow, I will tell you that we have a new animation that I haven't gotten to see. I am hoping that somebody today joins and follows, or I don't know how anything else works on here. Bits. I don't even know what a bit is. I am a Twitch affiliate. I don't even know what that means. But I did set up an alert box, which I hope is working, that is really cool looking. So I don't know. You could maybe even unfollow and then refollow, and we could hopefully get to see it as a group, but I don't know. So there we go. Carson, thank you for following. I gotta know, what do you guys think? Pretty cool image for the follow button. So what we're building right now is we are building a flash deck. We are building a oh, we lost our commander because I was moving it around. We're using the new I'm glad I could make work more interesting. So what we're playing with here is we're playing, and I lost my commander again. But we're playing with Gyruda. Gyruda is our commander, and I was showing earlier for anybody that wasn't here. It's kind of cool. When you choose in the new, when you're working on this, getting the new client, you have the option of putting companion here or as a commander. It will then filter for you already what cards can and can't be played. What is really nice about this is it will also, if you put this in as your companion, you want to build a companion deck, it will filter out that too. So what we're doing is we're building Flash. The Gyruda is kind of a cool thing. Now we're just kind of rounding out some of the slots here. We're just going to play this as a Flash deck. I really wanted to show off kind of a lot of the Ikoria cards, so I'm trying to stick to as little as I can of other sets. But I do want, this deck wants some Ashioks. I mean, mainly because I just want to play Ashiok whenever I can. I mean, if I get the opportunity to play Ashiok, that doesn't seem right to not play Ashiok. I would like to play a couple of counter spells and card draw. I mean, we're playing some of this, but I wanted to see what some of the newer counters were. So I may go back here real quick to Ikoria to just see what we do have for counter spells. So we have Convolute's been reprinted. Neutralize is interesting because of the 3 mana with the ability to cycle it away. What is your favorite card in the set? I mean, I think that I'd be willing to play with it if you tell me what it is and what type of thing I would need to do. So this is an interesting thing that even though there is a ton of counters in the set that you can put on things, it does not have a lot of counter spells, actually. Essence Scatter, Keep Safe, which actually is an interesting one. It targets a spell that targets a permanent that we control. I would be willing to try to build a Brocas deck. So I could do that as a second kind of deck build. We could do that together. And if you have suggestions for cards, I would love to do that. Because Brocas is another one that was considered on my list. Okay, so we're going to just put in a couple of good cards to pull out. Anticipate's always good. I want to kind of have it. What's kind of cool is they do give us the lands that they give you are the ones that they are already the basics for this. But 23 land, it seems okay. So let's... Oh, no, so let's... I do not know why I put that in there. We're going to now just scroll to the end here and get... Wow, I always forget how long this takes to skip through this because I kind of want... I am really going to be interested to see how the mutate plays. I have more mutate in my... I definitely have more mutate in the deck that I built online for the sealed deck that I have. I have a Mardu sealed deck that I'm going to be able to play later. So that had a little bit more in here than this does. Did we put an Arcane Signet in yet? Feels like that should have popped up. Oh, there it is. Yep, so Arcane Signet should definitely go in here. Okay, Field of Ruin seems good. Think we already put Fabled Passages. Great, it's another Evolving Wilds at the very least. That's 21. I think we're at 24 lands. We have room for like 3 more things. I mean, how do I not play a Thief of Sanity? I think we just want some couple counter spells and this would be good to go. Cat facts. Oh my gosh. Well, welcome to my mod, Ewan, who handles my bots and handles everything. And apparently, cat facts is something that we have on here. So thank you for that. Okay, let's look for the rare and the mythics on the counters. Let's see what good ones we've got. I haven't even played, so... Man, how does Spark Double not have Flash? It would be so good in our deck if we could play it because it had Flash. Okay. Take these out, put the uncommons. Just need a couple of counter spells. Yeah, Senator Sabotage is always going to be good. Oh, I know. Gwen was having a very good day, and I knew that eventually we would get to probably some large amount of screaming, but that's okay. Is that something genius going to affect this stream? Because I'm a little nervous about this. What the heck? Oh, take that out. Yeah, Tail's End seems good. Devious Cover-Up is always good, so now we got to cut something. Let's just look at our breakdown. Oh, yeah. I did get the sleeves, so this is kind of the... Oh, cool. That would be awesome. 5 kids screaming doesn't bother me. That's fair. One is still... Yeah. Gwen is actually very lovely in general. She is not much of a screamer, but... So... I was able to like get the sleeves because they do give you kind of this large number of gems, and I definitely went in and picked up these and a pet right away. I think I do have these sleeves on Arena already because somebody gave me the code, but come on. We got to represent the podcast while we're doing this. Okay, let's remove a card. Somebody just pick a card for me to remove out of this. Anyone. Type out a card and I'm going to remove it so we can play a game. I have just some Decemberists playing in the background, which you guys know is, if you don't know, is really going to get us pumped for this game. It does feel like we should be playing the Sharknado card, right? Yeah, so we're going to have to cut 2 because there's no way I can't run Shark Typhoon also. Who cares about a 6 mana? Take this out. Yeah, we'll start here. I don't even know. We have like no card draw, nothing. Whatever. We got a deck. Let's play a game.